Hey, what's going on? Instagram Live. Chaplain Anthony James, Marketplace Ministry, where we bring the healing, we bring the truth. Our slogan is real talk. Just good to see y'all tonight, man. Hope all is well. Hope y'all day was pleasant today. With this real talk, with this community involvement, community awareness. What's going on, my brother?
Nothing much. What's going on, chap?
Man, everything's good, man. Everything's good, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, I'm excited, man. We was talking earlier, man. I'm still coming down from that.
Oh, yeah.
That conversation, what I mean, that we had, trying to talk about this collaboration thing,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And real quick, I know you normally get into what you get into, but I do want to let you know, man, in front of our audience, man, I'm honored, and to really follow your lead, man. Like, it's weird how I'm learning on the go as far as leadership, and things of that nature, because, you know, um, this thing is so complex, you can't get this out of a book. You know what I mean? Like, there's no teacher that can teach you this, especially out of a book. You know what I mean? Basically, what I'm saying, you can't get this with no college degree or nothing like that. This has to come from the field. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get this out of the field. And man, it's been a incredible experience, man. Like, just the way my mind is being tweaked. You know what I mean? Even with some of the things I used to feel I was so good that I can just do anything, and if it don't work, I can pivot. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like now some things you don't even want to just deal with. You know what I mean? So like I said, before we get deep into it, man, I just want to give you my appreciation. Because man, I'm learning so much, man, and as you know, the age difference that we have, and so when I get to that point, so like wow, you know what I mean? It's like and sometimes I can. I don't want to get off topic too much, but
No, you good.
I do want to let our audience know how authentic this is. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes I can see something in a youth, like man, this little guy, he have it. If he can put this with that and do this, and I'm just thinking like I can imagine probably what you be thinking, like you know what I mean, like
Right.
this with that, you know what I mean, like he could probably do this, you know what I mean, and it's evident because you have contributed to someone's success. You know what I mean? Your little brother. You know what I mean? And you have the formula. Like how to be that big brother. You know what I mean? You know how to man. And it's crazy, man, because it's like it's so
Right.
patient.
Right.
It's like if a person didn't know that you had another side, they would really test you. Like I know I'm not crazy. Like I know it's another side. Like I know you just not.
Oh,
But yeah, but
yo,
we want to well, we want to leave that over
yo.
there. I mean, we
Right.
still
Right.
want
Right.
to pass the test. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Pass every test.
But
But
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
But no, I appreciate that, man. I mean, compliments is always good, man. We supposed to, I hear a lot of people talking about give and take. No, it's about give and receive.
Right,
I
right,
just received that. Yeah, I received that
right,
because I appreciate it. You know what I
right,
mean? When you take something, you're like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Nah, I received that coming from
thank you,
another man, coming from
thank you,
another black man. You know
thank
what I
you, thank
mean?
you. Yes, sir.
And so that's big, and that's what we need to do with one another. We need to uplift each other and
Right,
and just honor each other. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Doesn't matter age, doesn't matter nothing. Just honoring is big and respect.
right, right,
You gotta pay homage, and that's what you're doing. And
right,
so
thank
just as I do, you know what
you.
I
Right.
mean, and I give you the same accolade, the
Sir.
same respect.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir. Yes,
so,
sir.
and it's always appreciated, but that's what make us grow, and that's what
Right,
make us spark because we
right,
can give it up to each other. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And I think other black influences,
right.
African American influences, need to see this. They need to see us bigging
And I
each
think
other
and I
up.
think I think that's why
You know what
God
I'm
put
saying?
on my heart because it to me
Right.
it's I'm not doing this from a place of brown nosing or none of that. I'm doing it from a
Right.
place of authenticity. Like to me, I really appreciate it. Like not a lot of our older counterparts, take that time, to I mean, you done invested a lot of hours into me. You know what I mean? As far
Right.
as, help me deal with my punctuation, help me deal with my father's situation, my family situation. Hold on one second, let me make sure this on file real quick. Okay. Yeah, you took and my thing is, I really appreciate it from the crest of my heart. You know what I mean? Because when you came into my life, it was dark. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I was 3 or 4 steps away from breaking somebody's neck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now, man, I'm just, my life is an example. You know what I mean? Today I spend time with my daughters,
Right.
man, I'm
Right.
understanding how to deal with my daughters. You know what I mean? Like, by you telling them how you deal with your daughters, you know what I mean? And
Right.
it, and all this stuff that I was learning from you, you know what I mean? I didn't even know it until, it's like action time now, you know what I mean? And, just spending time with my kids today, and just like, I know I wouldn't have been here this fast without the direction and your assistance, you know what I mean? And I just want to take time out to appreciate you on that because, I feel like, we got to give the people the rose while they can still smell them, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I know
Right.
we big on this community thing, and I do believe this ties in with our community message. Like, we have to acknowledge our community leaders. We have to give them their praises.
Right.
Authentically. You know what I mean? Like, not asking for nothing, just coming and give them their praises. You know what I mean? Because of what they have done for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. And I think that do tie in, kind of good. 'Cause we have, black leaders that don't probably get that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah. And I want to make sure I extend that to you because I'm eating off of it. You know what I mean? Like my kids, they look at me like my daddy really, I can see it in their face. Like he something different about him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
me, it would be selfish of me and, very small of me to take this credit as if it was my own doing. You know what I mean? I'm just a
Right.
partaker in this new system that's being put out. You know what I mean? And
That's
and and,
right.
and, and right, and I'm just hopeful that and prayerful that more African American minorities, really take this very seriously, man, because like man, God showing me the benefit, the product, even me
Right.
having a
Right.
vehicle
Right.
in my vehicle, just so many different things I can really you know, um, you know, that symbolize that we're going the right direction. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you know, I had made a post not too long ago on Facebook. I said if you're at the right place at the right time, you could be a millionaire. You know what I mean? But if you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, you can end up in dead or in jail. You know what I mean? And this how I know I'm at the right place at the oh crap. This how I know I'm at the right place at the right time because, things are lining up. You know what I mean?
Right. 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 No doubt. No doubt. You good?
Yeah. My understand.
Right.
I'm
Right.
telling
Right.
you, man, I understand coming down on me, but we're gonna make it work. You know what I mean? We're gonna make it work.
Right. Right.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, but yeah, man, I appreciate that. Like I said again, man, and it's just showing who we really are. You know what I'm saying? Because they
Right.
say a lot of black males, we negative and we violent and we don't big each other up. You got some cats, I'll be riding sometime, man. Dudes be mean mugging, you know what I mean, for no reason, man, because they what they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And I like to say, man, what you say about me or how you look at me ain't none of my business because
Right.
I know who I am and I know whose I am.
Right.
So I definitely commend you because you're a younger brother and God connected us together because like minds, and
Right.
we for the same purpose. We for the same cause for the right reason.
Yes,
And
sir.
so as God continue to blow our, be a sail up under be a wind up under our sail, and man, we going places, man. And you know what? And we ain't got to go fast. We just take our time and continue to dot our I's and cross our T's and just allow God to maneuver us in ways where we can't do it ourselves. And this is all about
Right.
collaboration, like we was talking about earlier. Each one teach one.
Right.
Two heads is better than one any day. You
Right.
understand? We
Yes,
got
sir.
four eyes. We got four
And
arms.
chap. this is one thing. This is how I look at it. Like, you know, we are embarking on a journey. It's like you said, collaboration. You know what I mean? And I believe this
Right,
is
right,
our
right,
house. Our situation straight before we really start collaborating and bring on other people. You know, it's like, you know,
no doubt.
we've been on this journey for a while. You know, and we about to embark on a longer journey, on a different journey. You know what I mean? This
Right,
journey we
right,
had together was for us too. You know what I mean? It was personal.
right,
You know what I mean? But however, now we're coming to a place to where we're about to, you know, expand and allow other people to come join the journey with us. And you know, like I say, man, I guess that's why God put it in my heart because you know, it's like our personal thing is about, you know, like we about to have an additional family members now. You know what I mean?
right, right,
Yeah,
right,
and you know they didn't see, you know, all, you know, what we've been through, you know what I mean, and man, even though, you know, it's been beautiful, you know, man, it just feel funny right now because like I say, we talking
right,
about the collaboration, we talking about doing event, and now what we did in private, it's about to come to the public. You know what I mean? And you know,
right,
it's a wonderful feeling, man, knowing that we really put that work in, despite whatever the trials and tribulations we was going through at that time.
right,
We still
right,
did,
right,
and
right,
you know, we didn't even understand it. We didn't even know the severity of what was going on. You know what I mean? We were just walking and letting God guide our footsteps, and you
right,
know, here we are, Marketplace Ministries, man. I really feel like this is a new type of ministry, right? Like this is what's
right,
gonna
right,
take over. This is on the right side of history. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we really going to another, you know, phase of ministry, and that's what this is.
right,
You know, it's not what you do behind the pulpit, but it's who you are. You know what I mean? Can we learn from your life? You know what I mean? Like not the Bible, but can we learn from your life actually? You know what I mean?
right,
You so yeah, so you know, and that's where we coming at it from, man. Like I say, man,
right,
it's been
right, right.
beautiful. Yeah, it's been
No
so
doubt,
beautiful.
no
It's
doubt,
been
no
so,
doubt,
you know,
man,
it's
no
like
doubt.
you know, it's like going through the 9 months of you know, holding that baby, and then
Right,
you
the
know,
baby being
when the
birth.
son is
Yeah, no
has
doubt.
to be birthed,
That's
right?
that's what vision, that's what purpose is. It's about birthing something. Like what you're doing, you nourishing the gift. And when it's
Right.
birth, man, that you get that relief of that water breaking. You know what I'm saying? Once that water start breaking, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it feels like with a woman. You know what I'm saying? But as far as, you know, what God has given us is similar to that. You know what I mean? It's similar
Yes, sir.
to how a woman describes it. You know what I mean? But I want to big up
Right.
my man, Bridging the Gap, man. Bridging the Gap is on here, man. Young fella, man. God has really blessed him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you, man, for coming on, man. And you know, we doing some things together, and God has placed us together, man. The same. This the young man I was telling you about. You know what I mean? God is
Okay.
doing a lot of great things in his life. He's doing some great things, and so he walking on
Man, I can't
alongside
wait
of
to
us.
meet him. Yes,
Right,
sir.
right, right. I already know y'all
Can't
gonna,
wait to
you know,
sir.
yeah, yeah. What's going on, my brother? But yeah. This bridge, this ministry, man, this marketplace ministry is really, God is really
Yes,
hitting
sir. Yes, sir.
from
Much
every
love, man.
angle, because I believe we're obedient. You know what I'm saying? You have to be
Right.
obedient, you know, and when you're obedient, when God tell you to do something, man, it's just so easy to just say, yeah, do it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we told to do things and we do our own thing. We veer off on our own thing. We always bump our head. But if you go ahead and do what was told to you, then you trust that God has your back. You know what I mean? And so in this situation, but yeah, you know, this collaboration, man, is big, man. You know, we putting out this why do Black Lives Matter? We got this movement going on right now, and God is blessing this thing, and we get ready to move around from city to city and town to town with this, state to state. We're gonna put this on the road because it's necessary. It's necessary, and we got a buzz going on right now because we really talking about why do Black Lives Matter? because we black and we in the community. We need to know what all people are still. This past weekend, a 6-year-old, 7-year-old got murdered. A lot of people got murdered this past weekend on 4th of July. You know, in Chicago.
Hey, Ricky Smiley's daughter just got shot. And, she got shot down here in Houston, Texas, man. So you know Ricky Smiley.
Yeah.
Yeah, his daughter got shot down here, man.
Wow. But see, this is what I'm saying. So, and that's what this Why Do Black Lives Matter movement is. We taking it off. We're taking off with it because we just need to bring some clarity to it, and we need to ask some questions. We need to get this thing figured out. We need to, have some people come together and let's talk about it. Let's have some dialogue and see how we can see how we can get to the root of this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that way we can take off in another direction, because healing, that's what Marketplace Ministry is about as well. Healing. We're about healing, man. And so we believe in fasting. We believe in praying. We believe in allowing God to tear the foul ground up so that way when we come in, we can just clean up. You know what I mean? And so we just need to start focusing on that life. You know what I mean? Right. Coming together and building one another up, lifting each other up, encouraging one another, empowering one another. We are all we need. You know what I'm saying? We are all we need. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's we really reversing the curse, man. We reversing like Shaquille O'Neal. I don't like to really use names, but I do like to use names. Shaquille O'Neal, he with Papa John's. He's like one of the only African American board members or whatever Papa John's Pizza. And that's what we got to get out of, being the only black up in something. Now, man, we don't. That's not fitting to who we are. Like, that should be a celebratory moment. Like, how is it 2020? If you're the only black person on somebody's board? And I say that to say because it's a trickle down effect. You know what I mean? If I feel like I'm blessed enough to get this position, forget you and your family. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Right.
I mean, we can't do that. Like, if that's the case, let's both of us put our heads together and do whatever it is they doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And give each other platform. You know what I'm saying? You can't put anybody out there, but somebody that's willing and have some talent, that's willing to work, willing to come and do the right thing and hustle with it. You're supposed to put them on, man. And that's what we have to start doing. You know what I'm saying? Need more at the table. That's right. We definitely need more at the table, man. We need to start uplifting and empowering, economically empowering, not just, we always get the how we doing and how we not doing. Now we got to start putting our resources into play now. You know what I'm saying? Saying, yo, you know what? Okay.
Right.
Just like, okay, put it like this, just using this for an analogy, just for teaching purposes, just like the drug game. Just like the drug game, just using it for analogy. When you got that, you got that ounce or that half ounce or that quarter, you got that eighth of a key or whatever, you understand, you broke it down and you gave somebody some work. You understand, on consignment. Why can't you do that with the positive stuff? You know what I'm saying? Help them to come up. And then that way they not going to jail. They not going to get shot over that because they doing something wise and smart. Yo, I just gave him a pack. I just gave him a package. No, you gave him a death sentence or a jail sentence. You know what I'm saying? And then, then you ain't going to pay for his funeral, or you're not going to go see about him in jail. So we have to get off of that mentality and give some work to some ones that's willing to work, some positive work. You know what I'm saying? So they can feel good about themselves. You know what I mean? So now they can come back and say, yo, wow, this is blessed. Yo, I want to keep doing that. And then they get on. That's how we need to start doing this thing. Man. You know, because that's all Jay-Z did. That's all he did. You know what I'm saying? He went from the gutter to the udder, meaning that he was doing all that. Now he's doing another thing. So now he's giving work out, but the work he's giving out now is positive work. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the mindset we have to get onto. You know what I mean? And it's all right if you start small, because God says, listen, if you're a cheerful giver, if you help somebody, I'm going to add on to you.
And
I'm
he
going to
said,
grow.
never despise small beginnings.
Right. And that's where we got to come. We can't always want to start at top. No. We got to start where we are. Start where we are, and then we build. And that's how, first of all, you got to get people to trust you.
Right.
You understand? You got to first trust yourself that you're not doing something crooked for some money. And then you can help somebody else. And that's how that trust builds, and that's how that loyalty builds. Because I put so much loyalty in that nasty game, man, too. It was terrible, man. And I ain't got nothing but bad out of that. And anybody under the sound of my voice, if they can sit here and say they got any good thing selling anybody's drugs, they lying. They lying. Because guess what? You reaping what you sow. Either you still reaping it. I hope you done ask God for forgiveness and paid your debt or whatever you had to do and keep it moving. Because that's what I had to do. But man, I was like out there, man, hustling, thinking I was that dude. Man, I was a fool in the pursuit of nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So now you learn from that trial and error. So God gave us another chance because we're still here. You understand?
But you know what? And that's one thing too. The same thing God told me. I have to go through the trials and tribulations of whatever I have to help fix. You know what I mean? Like, say for instance, me and my mother or whatever. Like, I have to be able to have felt that in order to help assist with somebody else's thing.
Of course, and that's without a doubt. That's real talk. That's a real statement right there. You know what I mean? That's a real statement. You have to go through to go to. You understand? God ain't gonna allow you to go through all this craziness and not utilize it. Why wouldn't he do that? Why he did the Apostle Paul like that? He did Peter like that. He did David like that. He did John like that. Every person in the Bible, if you believe in that Bible stuff, let me tell you something. All in, God allowed them to be, they like misfits to me. They messed up and he cleaned them up.
Right.
And now they became fisher of men. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how he doing us. Now we become fisher of men. Now we going out to direct souls to the kingdom of God. This is our big picture. This is what Marketplace Ministry is in place for. Because we're cleaning, God is clean. We're allowing him to clean us up from the inside out. So now we're going to clean people up. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it is. It's process. All it is process. And you have to understand your process. You have to be good with your process. It's patience. Patience is a virtue. Right. You have to trust the process. And trusting the process, that means you ain't murmuring, you're not complaining, you're just thankful right now. You're thankful, because I can attest to myself, I don't look like what I've been through. You understand what I'm saying? I don't look like it. And whoever else got that testimony, hey, hallelujah, because that's what it really is. Because man, so God is merciful, God is great, God is all of that. So now he's given us an opportunity to turn it to something else now. Because we're ambassadors. We are entrepreneurs, man. This is what we do. We've been doing it for a long time, but now we're doing it the right. Now we're doing it the right way now. And God has blessed us, to do it the right way.
Chapman, I think that all this come out that we really developed the proper skill sets, to build the kingdom. Like you were saying about the event. I mean, you had to learn these things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even when people got curriculums and flyers and stuff like that, like we had to get these things under our wings so when we link up, we can value. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I can do this, and hey, I can do this. You know what I mean? And it could be reciprocal. Like whatever you give, you can give out. You know what I mean? Vice versa. You know what I mean? And that way, you won't feel like you being cheated, and I won't feel like I'm being cheated. You know what I mean? So the last thing we're worried about is being cheated. And that way you can build on it, you can trust, because I know Chip coming with it. I know he ain't finna shortcut me. So and that give you the energy or the wherewithal to do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is that you need to do, because you don't want to let your counterpart down. You know what I mean? see, if you a man of integrity, of character, morals of that thing, of things like that, you don't want to let your counterpart down. You know what I mean? And that's what we are. That's what we operate out of, man.
Right.
You know, just a
Right.
thing, man. You know?
No doubt, no doubt. And that's all about, you know, covenant. It's all about a covenant. When you make covenant, you know, like with God, you make covenant with God, man. You in covenant. God don't say, nah, you messed up, so now I'm gonna cut you off.
Right.
Nah, you don't do that. His grace and his mercy is sufficient. He'll let you heal and then get back up on your horse. Just like us when we doing something. If something happens, you don't shut a person down. You understand?
Right.
You help them understand, like, wow, okay, we can't do it like this. You have to come to the person, you know, like God came to you, or the next person gave you a second chance. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know, riffraff, you know that. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is somebody together, and like right now, we in covenant, man. We in covenant. So if you do something wrong, I can't judge you. I can judge the act, but I can't judge you. You know what I'm saying? Because who am I? If you judge him, then I have to judge you. Because you done missed the mark too. He just didn't see it. You know what I mean? So you have to be true to yourself and be true to the next person. Once you're true to yourself, then you can be true to the next person. You know what I mean? Because really, materialistic thing, materials, man, listen, materials don't mean nothing to me than my brothers do. You know what I'm saying? I'll give up materials to keep a brother. You understand? Because me and that brother can go get more materials. You see what I'm saying? So we can't put the materials before things of the world before us. No, we gotta cling on to each other, man, because that's where the real power is. You understand? When two people walk together. And you also got to understand, how can two people walk together unless they be in agreement? You got to be careful who you're walking with. You got to know who you're walking with. The Bible says you have to know who you labor amongst. You can't be laboring with anybody. You understand? You can't do that. You know, because I mean, if you laboring with me right now, we're in covenant, and you don't ask me certain questions, man, you really don't want to know about me. You really don't want to know about me, because I can't afford to labor with somebody and say, yo, man, what's going on, man? You know, what's good, man? What you know, just you ain't got to get all in nobody's business, but you got to know about a person before you walk with that person. You feel what I'm saying? Because Satan comes in many colors, many shapes and sizes and colors, man. And you got to be very mindful of who you bring in your camp, because there's something aching in the camp. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You got your antennas have to go up. You know what I'm saying? Antennas have to go up. So that's a big deal.
And some telltale signs, you know, you have to really watch the red flags, man. Like, when people not trying, like, it's nothing wrong with not knowing. The people, you not trying to get better. You know what I mean? You're not trying to. You know, you getting when I'm helping you and I'm communicating things that make me uncomfortable, and you're not changing it. You're not trying to fix it. You're not trying to take accountability for your own act. I mean, you study all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, no, man, we this is what we need to get done. I mean, and once you can find it, and those are signs. You know what I mean? Those are signs of people that's not gonna be, people that's not gonna produce. You know what I mean? You don't want to get in the middle of the ocean with somebody who's winning. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, but you're doing good. You know what I mean? So, like I say, man, we've been tried and tested, man. We done. I know myself. I came a long way. You know what I mean? I'm proud of myself. I have a long way to go. But however, man, I understand that I understand as an African American man, black man, that I can see why we are behind. Because I consider myself to be kind of intelligent. You know what I mean? And I still had a long way to go. You know what I mean? I had a father, and I still had a long way to go. You know what I mean?
I mean, right. And it's not about who's smarter than this one and that one, what education you have. It's not nothing about that. It's about brotherhood, man. It's
Right.
about brotherhood. Each one teach one. If you smart, listen, like I said, if you think you the smartest one in your crew, you need to get out. You need to get out because you're really gonna be messed up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You need somebody in there that's probably, because you learning, life is all about learning,
Right.
growing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stop growing, then be the smartest one then. Be the smartest one. You gotta have somebody in there that got something going on that you may not be aware of, and maybe you can glean from that, and maybe you can extract from that and say, yo, listen, wow, you know, I can add that to my repertoire now. I can utilize that so I can go further into this thing. You know what I mean? Because just using Michael Jordan for existence. Michael Jordan, he mastered, he just didn't master himself. He added other people's pieces and added them to his. That's what made him so unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? He added Julius Erving stuff. He added Kareem Abdul stuff. He knew how to post. He knew how to do this. He knew how to do that. But in the bottom line is he added it to his game, and he was unstoppable. He was a beast.
Right.
So that's how we have to look at ourselves like, wow, my man Keith right here, I'm learning some things from you. Since we've been connected, I done grew from you. You know what I'm saying? I done got up off my rusty dusty and put my phone on the thing, the stand. Because when we first started this, I was leaning on the bed with my phone in my hand. And you was like, yo, chap. And I was like, okay, all right. Yeah. And then it blew your mind. It blew your mind when you see me with the backdrop. You was like, oh, snap. You see what I'm saying? So we can learn from each other. You know what I'm saying? We can learn from each other. And it's a beautiful thing. Especially, I love it when black men can come together, man. You know what I'm saying? And we can just vibe. You know what I'm saying? And black women too. I get that. I ain't front. Listen, I get a lot of it from my wife. I can speak like that. But for the most part, we can learn from each other. It's a beautiful thing because we've been put down so much in society, man. And so it's time to uplift each other and say, wow, you are important. You know what I mean? Or better yet, say it to yourself. I do mean something. I can bring something to society. I can bring something to my home. I can be that better father, that better husband, that better friend. You know what I'm saying? We have to say those things to ourselves. And then you can truly say it to somebody else. But if you can't say that to yourself, man, a lot of times what happens is, man, people, whatever they deal with. But, you know, if you start with yourself first, self-preservation is the best law of nation, man. When you deal with yourself, then you don't have problems with dealing with other people. You know what I mean? And that's my lesson as well. I'm still,
you know, and once you deal with your problems on your inner self, can't nobody hold that against you. You know what I mean? You know, once you know who you are, you know your good and bad. Hey, I'm working on that. You know what I mean? If you know you have a problem in certain areas, somebody throw it in your face, it's not gonna be bad because you're working on it. I know I'm this, but I'm trying to get better at that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that I can't. So if you beat the thing that's inside of you, nothing outside of you can affect you. You know what I mean? Because I deal with myself all day. You know what I mean? So if I know if I'm gonna trip myself about it, when I see you for an hour or two, maybe 3, I'm not gonna let you affect me. You know what I mean? Because I got 20 more hours after that to deal with my own self. You know, so
right.
Yeah, deal with the inner self. Then you know everything's gonna take care of itself. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. You know, if somebody walk around here talking about they perfect, you know, I don't want to be nowhere around them when that lightning strike them. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Well, they really don't understand. They really don't understand that you can only operate in excellence. You will never be perfect. Nobody will. The only one got that title was Jesus, and he got cracked open for being perfect. So do you really want to be perfect? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, you know, we learn as we earn. You know what I mean? We earn the right to learn. You know what I mean? And that came out that way. But at the end of the day, God is blessing us. God is saying, you know what? He's pleased with us. Keep going. keep
Yeah.
going. As we keep uplifting each other, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep putting fuel in each other.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to put no lies on you or, you know, this, that, and the third. We ain't got to go out there and sell no drugs no more. We ain't got to go out there and even sell our bodies anymore. You understand? Nah, that's
Hey,
over. That's over. You know? So we have to
Chap,
understand.
my man, hey, Chap, real quick, if you don't mind, my man King Flynn, you know, we grew up together,
Right,
man. You know, he
right.
like, you know, he been to the feds. You know, he done did some stuff. You know, I think he got his little clothing line. He's still doing a clothing line. You know, he got a little clothing line. He trying to come out. You know what I mean? Like he trying to do
Okay,
some things.
okay.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
No
You
doubt.
know, like I seen what is it, Rich Republic or something like that. What is it? I think that's what it is. If I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? But you know, at the end of the day, he came home trying to get himself situated, man. And you know,
Right. I
like I
mean, and
say,
it takes time. It takes time.
man,
It takes time, you
excited,
know. Just take your
excited about
time.
that.
That's the
We can
word.
get on. Yeah,
Right. It takes time though, you know.
yeah. I just think.
Huh?
Go ahead. I'm gonna cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I just said that's what's up. What he's doing with his clothing line. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it takes time. It takes time. And you know, we marketplace ministry, man. We are organization. You know what I'm saying? That we bring about healing. We bring about, you know what I'm saying, the truth. We bring about real talk. That's
Right,
our slogan. Real talk. And that's what we on here doing. Real talk. Each one teach one. And as long as we
right,
continue to do this, this could be a platform for you. We opening up our
right,
platform. You understand? That's what we about. Because that's what we have to learn how to do too. We have to
right,
open up our platform for others.
right,
You know what I mean? Because that's what God has given us. He didn't give it to us just for us to get on here and ramble. Nah. But we doing things. We doing some things. We got some things going on. Look out. Be looking out for Marketplace Ministry. You know, why does Black Lives Matter movement youth summit is
yeah. Hey,
coming your way.
hey, I want to get you. I want to get you in as a vendor on that, man. Come out, bring your shirts, bring your clothes. You know what I mean? Like, you know, come on out, man. Get your clothing line out there, man. You know, like I said, it's gonna be around Christmas time, right before Christmas, but probably around Thanksgiving. You know, first week of December or something like that, or last week in November, somewhere around like that. You know, come on out, man. You know, get some, you know, Rich Republic clothing line out. You know, like I say, man, we're gonna look at what our biggest thing is to, like Chap said, man. You know, expand our platform to other people so they can, you know, we can all come up together, man. You know, we don't, you know, we as people so used to one person coming ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like we just one person get the bag and then everybody trying to chase this one person when we all can get a bag and come up together. You know what I mean? All we have
Right.
to do is just do the work. You know what I mean? Like that's what we doing. That's what we doing every night, man. We doing the work, trying to, you know, get our platform to so we can bring other people up with us, man. Like, you know, we the top spenders, but you know, we grossly sometimes. You know what I mean? We have to start. Like I was just giving an example about LeBron James. You know what I mean? LeBron, but other people making money off of him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I say, man, we have to come together, man, and start really lifting each other up, man. And I'm with it. Like I'm so with it. I'm lead. I want to show that I'm with my people. You know what I mean? And you gonna see, man, we really with that, man. Like we really with that. Like I ain't on no fugazi. Like I'm not on none of that, man. I never been to prison,
Yeah,
and I seen
and
no, and I seen so much by me not going to prison. Like I seen how, you know, stuff transition. You know what I mean? And we just trying to get ahead of the curve so people can really have a better chance spiritually, you know, emotionally and financially. You know what I mean? How we can help, man. We want to help our brothers. Our brothers got children, families, and everything, man. They need that help, man. And I ain't saying like money or nothing like that. Just, you know, like a shout out or whatever it is you need to help you get to that next level. Whatever we can do, we want to do it, man. We want to make ourselves available. You know what I'm saying? And help push the movement. You know, that's what we're about, man.
right,
You know.
right. Right. And we definitely sticking on dealing with conflict resolution and critical thinking, man, because that's what this is about as well. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to learn those traits and we have to learn those methods of moving forward, because without those things, we're not going to be successful. If we so
Right.
easily to be offended, that's what messes us up a lot of times. We get in our feelings. We start dealing with this anger stuff that's on the inside. This ministry is really trying to help people get that stuff up out of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we just came up from fast, you know, an 8-day fast, man. It was really powerful, because at the end of the day, you know, we working on ourselves first. You know what I'm saying? We're
Right.
working on ourselves. We can't come on here and empty out if we have not emptied out ourselves. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so therefore, when we come on here, we try to be on point. We try to be together on one accord. You know what I'm saying? We trying to really, really reach our people, you know? And I'm telling you, it's working, because it's working in me. When I get on
Oh
here,
yeah.
man, I feel good about it, because I'm like, wow, if I can just reach one, let it be a
Right.
domino effect. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Let it be a domino effect. And that's the mentality that we have. We ain't on here trying to reach 100,000 people, 100,000 followers. God says if we reach that one or two, boom, you know, man, they can just spark a fire to what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Until the
right.
other ones show up. You know what I mean? And so we on here, man, just trying to enlighten and trying to encourage and trying to empower each other as y'all empower us. When y'all come on here, when we see y'all chiming in, man, that empowers us. We're saying, wow, we're
Yeah.
saying something that they want to hear or that they need to hear. I'm really in
Right.
for the need, not the want. You know what I mean? The need is more important to me than the want. So if you in here and you hearing something and it makes sense to you, it's cool. It's cool to give us a, you know, what's up, that's what's up. And we appreciate that, because that's what this ministry is about. Even though we come on here, we're not coming on here needy. We on here, all we need is y'all involvement to trust what we're doing, so that way we can walk alongside of y'all. Whatever y'all have going on, holler at us, DM us. Like I said, we got a page we're working on, we're coming up with, and let us know if you need some assistance, if we can be a blessing, a support to you guys. Let us know what y'all doing. You know what I mean? Maybe if we can't make
Yeah,
it, maybe we
man, like
can
I say, Tremaine,
go to it. You know? Go ahead, my brother.
yeah, like I said, man, you know, we really finna start hitting this road. You know, like I say, man, we're gonna need vendors on the road. You know, if y'all want to go on the road with, you know, we finna, like I say, we really understand the how you know why this is needed. You know what I mean? Because we speaking from our perspective. You know what I mean? Meaning, not a perspective of a black man that went to college. You know what I mean? Not to say that it's a, but you know, we ain't we come from a certain area. You know, like say for instance, Stephen Jackson, right? I love Stephen Jackson. That's my man. But Stephen Jackson, I don't care what he do. He can't speak from my point of view. Bro, you went to the league, and these people took care. They looked out for you. You know what I mean? Like, and not to say it's any bad thing for that. Like, it's a blessing, man. Hey, I wish I could have done it. You know what I mean? I really do. I wish I could have went to the league, but that wasn't my walk. You know what I mean? Just like I can't speak on the
Right.
league, you can't speak on these streets like that. You know what I mean? Just because you got friends in them and whatever, but you not on the, you not walking on, like ain't nobody never seen you walking down the street in the hood for real. You know what I mean? So you know that's why we need it, because we coming from it in a different place. You know what I mean? We coming from it we've been through what we trying to talk about, like for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, my best friend sitting in prison right now for 15 years. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up around that. You know, Tremaine know, everybody know. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I grew up literally. You know what I mean? Like, for real, for real, for real. You know, so we can really speak on. We have people that really know how it go. Even Chap, you know, Chap. You know, he ain't always been a chaplain. I mean, so, you know, we really had that experience to speak on certain things. That's why, you know, God really nominated us to be the ambassadors, you know what I mean? To really get that out, you know what I mean? Because what we speak from can be
Right.
felt from here to Japan. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we at with it, you know. It's very important, you know what I mean? Like my time is important this is why we here, because this is more important than anything right now, man. We so thankful that y'all really riding with us, man, and hopefully y'all stay tuned. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna get real interesting, man. It's gonna get real
Right,
interesting.
right. No doubt. No doubt. And you know, regardless of what one's past was, you know, you have to be bold enough to walk in your future. You know what I
Right,
mean? If that makes sense. Regardless of what your past is, you have to be bold enough to walk in your future. That means you're going to have to
right,
forgive yourself. You might have to forgive others to be able to walk towards what God has for you. And so those are lessons that has been learned. I believe lessons are blessings. You know, once you go through those lessons, those are blessings. And just take it as such. Because if you got breath in your body, even with this COVID-19 right now, even what things are going on right now, man, you know, if you God is giving you, if you blessed, if you healthy, man, you got your right mind, man, listen, you are wealthy. You are a wealthy individual walking around with a wealth of information and a wealth of revelation in you, but you have to tap in. And God has, I believe, brought this ministry to social media, which is Marketplace Ministries. And that's what he gave us. He gave it to us just like that, where he said, talk for real, mean real talk. This is real talk. And so we here inciting, we ain't inciting no riot. We inciting things that we can make happen in our own communities. You know, and I have an organization other than Marketplace Ministries, as well as my man here, but my organization is Men of Vision Exposed. The word of God says a man without a vision shall perish. Men of Vision Exposed mean God says he wants us to start exposing ourselves in our own communities, Not look to go help other people so much. What about our own communities? So at the end of the day, you know, we striving for excellence, and we appreciate y'all coming on, you know, spending time with us as we continue to spend time with you guys. But you know, if you have any prayer requests, if you have any things that you want to ask questions right now, you can DM us on that. You know what I mean? You can holler at us, get on out until our page comes up and running. Communicate with us, stay with us, man, and allow us to grow with us is what we try. And we want to grow with y'all, grow with us. You got anything you need to say, Keith?
Yeah, man. Like again, man, I'm so thankful for everybody sound of my voice, man. You know, I'm so thankful, man, because you know, you know, a lot of people, you know me, but I've really been. This is the new me. You know what I mean? So if you've been knowing me, get to know me again. You know what I mean? Get to know the new
Right.
me. You know what I mean? My rebirth. You know what I mean? And I'm so thankful that I can really put this out, you know, to the masses. You know what I mean? In this way with my brother Chaplain. You know what I mean? You know, and like I say, man, you know, we got some live. You know, I'm 37 to see a community thrive. You know what I mean? And I want to be a part of that change. You know, inner city community thrive. You know what I mean? Most of them, Compton, you know, Baltimore, you name it. I mean, Pennsylvania, Houston, Atlanta, everywhere. You know what I mean? And we want to try changing these things. We want to start the kids to get out of that mindset to where they have to live in a community where it don't benefit them. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
where the community, where the police harass you, captors all night, and you know, now I mean, we want tranquility in these inner cities. You know what I mean? And we know it starts from within. You know, so we have to get the insides clean in order to get the outside clean, and that's what we do it ourselves. You know, God cleans us out on the inside, man. He stripped me down, clean me out on the inside, you know, then got me right on the outside, you know what I mean? So, you know, like I say, that's what we have to do, you know, because you know, we are God's ambassadors. He set the rules, you know, we just follow them. You know what I'm saying? So we wanna help y'all get y'all clean as well as the community. You know what I mean? And in different ways, however we could, whatever we gotta do, we're gonna do it. You know, this is the part of this is the first step, the introduction. You know, this is our introduction to who we are. You know what I mean? We Marketplace Ministries. I'm co-founder Keith Henry. That's the founder, Chaplain Anthony James. You know, try to get used to our name, get used to what we're doing. So once we get moving, you know, people say, "Hey, I know those guys." You know what I mean? I know what they're about. You know what I mean? I
Right.
heard one. You know what I mean? So you know that's what we're doing. We don't want to just hit y'all with something, you know, that's gonna probably, you know, go. Nah, we want to, you know, follow the steps, man. Go in chronological order, man. ABC. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. An introduction, you know, to who we are and what we're doing. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. So you know, I mean, we about to sign off right now. We just gonna say thank you again for chiming in to what God has blessed us with, and listening to what we have to say, and we appreciate your comments. We appreciate, you know, the blessings that you're bestowing on us right now, and we just gonna return to. We just gonna keep bringing it back night after night. We on 5 days a week, 7 o'clock East Central Time and 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Those are the times. It's already posted up. Y'all will see it every day. We're going to come with real talk every day. We're talking about community involvement, community awareness. It's a plethora of things up under that. So it's big. So we can talk about that till Jesus come back. You know what I mean? We can just talk about different topics or different scenarios while we open that dialogue up, you know what I mean? And once we get to where we need to be, then we'll have some real dialogue, you know what I mean? We'll allow y'all to come on and chime in once the podcast really comes forward. That's what we working up to. All right?
Yes, sir. Hey, let me give a little recap, man. You know, basically, you know, community way of speaking about, you know, giving my brother the way he can still smell them. You know what I mean? I was just letting him how much I appreciate him. You know, and other people can do the same thing. You know what I mean? Give the people the rose while they can still smell them. You know, so especially the Black community leaders, man. You know, let them know you appreciate them, man. Let them know that they value. You know what I mean? Let them know that they special because, you know, nobody is available to scratch the bare back. You know what I mean? When a back need his back scratched, ain't nobody around that back. You ain't finna come around that back. You know what I mean? So we have to let these powerful people know that we here for them too. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you know, they need to be motivated. Who motivate the motivator? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in the community, we have to get rid of that that stigmatism of, you know, we just gonna keep our mouth closed. We're not gonna say nothing good. You know, we don't gonna speak on the negative. Like, no, you see somebody doing something good, man, give them a card, man. Give them the acknowledgement. You know, let them know, hey, man, we see what you're doing. You know, don't be selfish. You know, but yeah, man, that's what we doing. Just, you know, giving Chap his card. You know, I really appreciate him since he came to my life. My life has changed tremendously. Even with Marketplace Ministries. You know, this is a testament, a testimony of how much my life has changed. Now I feel comfortable enough to reach back and really try to help somebody else. Not just help the youth, but I can feel like I can help another man now. You know what I mean? Not just another child, but I can help another man get himself situated. So, you know, that's what we at. Mm-hmm.
All right. So same time tomorrow, Lord's willing. You know, He allow us to see tomorrow, and we get up tomorrow. We'll be back here 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Peace.
Peace.
All right.